guys, Jackie here from Manchester. Welcome to this 4-part mini course, if you like, all about academic integrity. I worked as a student advisor for 18 years and I went to lots and lots of plagiarism meetings. My original idea was to do a short video just on sort of the pitfalls, what to look out for, the different types, the penalties. But as I started to dig a bit deeper, I realised actually it warranted a much larger video, so I've decided to break it up into 4 parts. Before we get started though, I'd just like to give a brief introduction of the actual mini course itself. So like I said, this is part 1. So in this video we're going to look at, I'm going to give like an overview, an introduction. What is academic integrity? Why is it important? Why do the universities have policies and procedures in place? What have you got called to a meeting? And we'll have a look at the penalties as well. Part 2 looks at the different types of plagiarism, because believe me, there are different levels of it. So there's sort of like collusion, self-plagiarism, direct plagiarism, paraphrasing, and then there's like a different level altogether, which is sort of essay mill type, contracting. And I'm devoted a whole part to that, which is part 3. And in part 3 we're going to look at the recent publication from the QAA, which is the Quality Assurance Agency for Universities, Higher Education. And that's quite a shocking read, to be honest. So that's part 3. Part 4 we'll be looking at, going forward, what are the causes and how to avoid plagiarism. So without further ado, let's get stuck into part 1. So what do we mean when we talk about academic integrity? Well, you can look on it almost like a moral code, really. It strikes at the very heart of the community. Anyone who's done a degree will tell you it's really, really hard work. You put in, you earn it. Your degree has value. Basically, plagiarism is, in short, using someone else's work and presenting it as your own. Sometimes the plagiarism is unintentional, sometimes it's absolutely intentional, and we're going to explore all of that. So here's some words: honesty, respect, trust, being responsible, fairness. So it's like a process doing a degree. It's also important because it does have sort of wider implications. So if you're a nurse or a law student, for example, we need to trust that you've earned your degree, you know what you're doing. So all universities have policies and procedures in place that should be readily available, clear and transparent. In light of this new publication, a lot of universities are updating their regulations and policies. In some universities, new roles are being created, academic integrity officers. There is a shift at the moment. They are trying to sort of crack down on it, if you like. All of the policies and procedures are broadly similar. If there's a suspected case, you would expect to receive a letter and get invited to a meeting. I'd advise you to seek advice from your student union. Some student unions offer representation. Sometimes you can write a statement. It's your chance at the meeting to give your side of things. Was there any mitigation? Have you got doctor's letters? What was happening? There are so many factors. They look at the severity of it. Is it over 20%? Is it under 20%, sorry. Is it minor? Is it serious? Was there intent there? Is it just poor referencing? What year are you in? Are you a first year? Do you need support? Are you a second, third year, postgraduate? Is it your first offence, your second offence? So based on all those factors, penalties vary quite a lot. If it's maybe you're a first year, it's your first time, it's under 20%, they may even give you a capped mark. If the plagiarism is intentional, it's extensive, it's your second time of doing it, you're a higher year student, then the penalties can be as severe as expulsion. In the publication that I'm going to talk about in part 3, there is an onus on sort of offering support, giving you more time to write that first assignment. There's lots of guides online, paraphrasing appropriately, referencing. Access that support, speak to someone if you're struggling. If you're ill and you're rushing things, get a doctor's letter follow the correct procedures, putting in exceptional factors, for example. That's part 1. Please watch part 2. I'm going to talk about the different types of plagiarism. There'll be a focus on sort of like the more common types in part 2. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.